Hi, I'm Melonie. I am the visionary for C.I.R.C.L.E, and this is my good friend Michael. Michael, tell us about yourself.
Hi, Melanie. I'm Michael, as you mentioned. I'm your good friend, as you mentioned, and I am completely honored to be taking part in Circle. I'm a dad of four, three adults and one child, two daughters, two sons. I am a massage therapist, phenomenal massage therapist, exceptionally phenomenal massage therapist, from what I've been told. I'll have to take their words because I've never massaged myself, so I really don't know. I like to think that I'm funny. I crack me up anyway.
You crack me up too.
Well, that's a good thing because at least I've got two people, so I
No.
could at least make $2 if I do stand up. So that's a good thing.
Oh, God. And your job now? Or what do you do now?
I work for a health insurance company. We are a PBM, a pharmacy benefit manager for a large number of health insurance companies.
Okay.
We also provide customer service, claims processing, member services if they so desire for us to. Basically, you pay us and we do it. It's all good.
And how did you get into this field?
I got into that field because as I mentioned, I'm a massage therapist, but I had to leave the industry professionally, and I have narcolepsy, and unfortunately, my brain adjusted to my medication. So it started affecting me at work and affecting me driving and affecting me cooking. And so I've almost burned my house down a few times
Oh,
because I fell asleep and with food cooking on the stove. So I had to leave massage therapy because there's a lot of liability involved
no.
in
Yeah.
massage.
So would you fall asleep while you were giving a massage?
Yes, but I'm very talented, like I said. I never actually stopped massaging.
So one of your hidden skills is that you can massage while you were asleep.
I can massage while I'm sleeping. So
How would you know that you were asleep?
they would tell me,
The person you were giving a massage to?
yes.
Would you start snoring? I mean, like, how would they know if they're face down and you're asleep and you're still massaging?
Well, you can tell because the pressure lightens, and I do a lot of stretching in my massages, and so fortunately, I never fell asleep while I was stretching anyone because that could be a go to prison real quick situation.
Okay, so probably a good thing that you're doing something else now.
Very good thing. That's the reason I stopped. I said, well, I've been very fortunate, and we don't want to go to prison. I went took up a customer service temp job and got hired on permanent with the company. And do I love what I'm doing? Not by a stretch of the imagination. Now, like most Americans, I think, damn, I have to go to work.
So, how would your friends describe you or people that you work with?
So they told me that I am just the sweetest person they've ever met. And um, they said that I'm very caring and I make them feel very safe when they're around me.
So, what were
Um,
you saying that how they would describe you?
as an asshole,
And what made them think that you weren't? Like, how do they know that you're nice and caring and thoughtful?
they said that I'm always concerned about the people around me and I'm genuinely concerned, and they can tell in my voice. And that's a very true statement. I actually do care about people's well-being, and pleased with their description of me. It made me feel, it put a smile on my face.
Yes, I would imagine so. That's nice
Yeah,
that your coworkers and friends had nice things to say about you.
it was, and I must admit, it does help when you pay them well.
did not pay anybody. I don't believe that for a second.
You're
Oh
right.
my gosh.
Yeah, it's because you know me.
So tell me about your family heritage.
Well, I am African and Native American. My family is Shawnee Indian. A lot of the women and children in my family went to live in Canada. A lot of the men who stayed on the reservations in Oklahoma.
You were telling me that your family is of royalty, right?
Yes, yes. Chief Tecumseh of the Shawnee Indians, he's the one who sent my family to Canada. And he and the warriors and the other men of the tribe stayed on the reservation. And he and many of them died fighting against the United States government. And he's gone down in history as one of the 5 civilized tribes.
Oh, nice.
Not really. They were called civilized when they agreed to stop fighting the United States government. Before that, they were savages. So I take it as personally, it's an insult to me. But I'm very proud of my native heritage, and my family comes from royalty from our tribe in East Africa as well.
So have you noticed any heritage that you have gained from your Native American or your African tribes, like as far as affecting your behavior, culture, food preferences?
As a kid, I grew up in the projects. I wasn't like most of the other kids. I had a great deal of self-worth, and a lot of the people who lived around me thought that I was stuck up and arrogant. And then it turns out I had a good reason. It's in my blood. I feel really good about where my family has come from.
Do you have a favorite holiday?
I do. My birthday.
It's May something, right?
It's the 12th of May, which means I often allow Mother's Day to accompany my birthday. I appreciate and respect the mothers of the world, and
It's such a safe position to hold, right? That's a good one. Everyone has a mother or has a close connection to some mother.
right. And I do apologize to all of you people who don't have good connections with good mothers, but
Yeah.
and I mean that sincerely, because but hopefully we all have a good connection to a strong, at least one strong female figure in our lives, because I think that's a very important thing. It really helps to make us a balanced individual.
Right. Do you speak any other languages?
Muy
Muy pequeño.
pequeño español.
Sí, me gusta español, es muy bonita.
That was not an invitation to join me in the Spanish dialect.
I like cultures.
I do too. One of my favorite things in the job that I do now, one of the things that I really enjoy is talking to people from other countries. And I love learning and respecting other people's heritages. If you listen to the people who you're asking for clarification on how you pronounce their name, it's showing them that you're taking a sincere interest in them. And so often that is not the case. English, I think it's so funny that we Americans are so proud of the English language. It's the most broken language on the planet. But we're so proud of it.
And even then, we don't speak it properly, and it varies from East Coast to West Coast, from South to North. It definitely is broken, and we pull so much of our dialect and from other languages. And I love that you show respect to people asking them about their name and showing effort, because whether you like it or not, all of our lives affect each other.
Absolutely. I try to make everyone's encounter with me the best encounter that they're going to have that day. When they're hanging up the phone, oh my God, I just talked to the nicest person I've ever talked to.
That's way cool.
I love that. And that makes me feel like I'm doing something worthwhile.
Very nice. Music-wise, what have you been jamming out to lately?
Oh my goodness, I've been listening to a lot of rap, like old school rap. I don't really care for most of the
So
artists.
like Sir Mix-a-Lot or Fat
Yeah,
Boy, Run DMC.
I, I like Run DMC. I like the Fat Boys. I like the Skinny Boys. I love the older rap. If you've never heard Skinny Boys,
I think it's been a really long time since I've heard their name. I
yeah,
vaguely remember that. So I was curious if you had ever gone to any of the old school rap concerts.
I have been to some old school rap concerts. In fact, one of them, the last rap concert I went to was a Dougie Fresh concert. True story. I got stabbed there, and the funny part was I wasn't even at the concert. It was my first year working at Worlds of Fun. It was the last year that they had a rap concert. A riot broke out, and I was working the Beetle Bumps, a baby ride of all rides,
Oh my God.
and and I had these three or four little kids on my ride, and there were these three extremely attractive mothers. And we're talking about 9 o'clock at night. A riot breaks out in the park. So I get a phone call. Hey, keep who's ever on your ride, because there's a riot heading your way. Okay. So I told the three mothers to go to the far end of the ride, to where these young men would not see them, because as I stated, they were very attractive women. When I told them to go to the far end of my ride, I told them also that I would make sure that they were safe. So I wound up getting into a fight with a few guys, and I got stabbed in my leg. I went over to them and made sure that they were okay, and they're like, "Oh my God, thank you, thank you. Oh my God, you've got a knife in your leg." And it wasn't a knife; it was an ice pick.
Oh, and it was still there?
It was, yeah, it was sticking out of my leg
So are the kids like still going on the Beetle
Yeah,
Bumps the whole time
the
that this
whole
is
time. I
oh
never
my
stopped the
God.
ride, and and they were all safe. And other than getting stabbed, I came out beautiful.
Well,
I know.
what
I'm thinking the
to end
same thing. I'm
on?
thinking, okay, I didn't know that all that was going to come out, but
That's okay.
where do we go from there?
Totally. So you weren't actually at the concert, you were just at the park
Right.
during
I
the
was in the
concert.
park working. I could hear the concert, but I didn't get to visually see the concert.
Okay. Thank you so much for sharing and letting me interview you for Circle.
Well,
And if
thank you
anybody else
for
would like to be on Circle, just send me an email. I'll send you the questions that you could possibly be asked, and we'll set something up. Thank you.
Thank you.